Everybody, it is Rich down here in the bunker with Prep U, and it is Wednesday, January 18th, 2023, and it is time for your prepping tip of the week. And figuring that it's January, it's a great time for this prepping tip. A lot of people out there think that eating snow is good for hydration in a survival situation or just fun to do. The short answer to that is no. No, it's not. And why is it not? Well, eating snow will actually dehydrate you. That's one of the biggest problems. The other problem is, depending on where you live, depending on the quality of your air, snow, as it falls, is a great absorber, and it will absorb anything that's in the air. It could be dust, it could be pesticides, it could be just about anything that's in your air, smog, all kinds of stuff. In some areas of this country, snow does not fall down to the ground. Oh, it starts white and pure and just ice crystals. But you also have to remember the ice crystals that are being formed is water that was put to vapor and rose up to the clouds and then froze and came back down again. So it's even starting with stuff inside of it, which is not good. So there is no pure snow anywhere. I mean, they've proven that even in the Arctics, that there is no such thing as pure snow. So just grabbing a handful and having fun and just taking a bite out of it might not be that great. And like I said, depending on how much snow is a great absorber, like I told you. So that snow that first falls onto the ground is actually absorbing some of the water up out of the ground. So again, more contaminants in the ground. If you own pets, especially dogs, or if you have cattle or whatever, even though it looks nice and clean, it's not nice and clean. But let's take a look at what some of the experts talk about, specifically why you should not eat snow for hydration. All right, so finding water in a survival situation will be your number one priority. Yes, eating snow does dehydrate you as your body uses more energy to actually melt that snow. It can be especially dangerous as it lowers your core body temperature, which also leads to dehydration. People who live in cold environments always melt the snow before consuming it. This is the only safe way to use snow for hydrating yourself. So that's why we suggest that depending on where you live, depending on where you go, in your car kit, you have several items which we'll talk about at the end of this video. Even melted snow could contain dangerous bacteria and chemicals. Portable water filters, which filter out 99% of waterborne bacteria, should be used even if you melt that snow. That's one of the items that you need to have with you in your car kit if you're out and about. People who will suffer the most from eating snow are the young and the elderly, as neither of these have the necessary energy to melt snow in their stomachs, and they will slowly start to go into hypothermia. So eating snow uses up more water to be digested than and it will dehydrate you. All right, so yes, that is one of the biggest problems. Main reason why eating snow will dehydrate you is because after you have ingested snow, your body will try to break it down and digest it like anything else you eat or drink. The problem is that snow is actually extremely good at absorbing water. So your body will not only need to use more water to melt the snow, but it will also need a lot more water to actually digest it. All right, so that's an issue. And you're thinking to yourself right now, well, what about my pets? What about my dogs that go outside? Well, actually, depending on the breed, it could affect the dog also. Now, obviously, there's some dogs that are built for the outdoors. These are your dogs with, longer fur. These are your, Malamutes, your Huskies, your sled dogs, your hardy, thick dogs, your St. Bernards and stuff like that, that are designed to control their body heat much better. Dogs with short hair or medium hair, it's not designed for them to eat snow and for it to melt. It can have the exact same effects. That's why some of the smaller dogs and our dogs, we put a nice little sweater on them when it's cold outside and go for a walk, because they still want to go for a walk. And actually, they don't eat much snow because we're not out that long. So the short answer on the dogs, yes, it will dehydrate them depending on the breed. Eating snow lowers your body core. Well, that is. That's one of the effects of eating snow, is that it lowers your core temperature. No matter how well you are equipped for the winter or how many insulated layers you have, if you ate snow, you will put your body under significant stress. As your body uses a lot more energy during the wintertime, if you are outside, no matter how well insulated you are, your body will still have to fight the elements, mostly because while you are breathing in cold air, your body needs warm air and then to distribute it, which takes a lot of energy. So now if your body is trying to warm up the air you're breathing plus the snow you're eating, it actually throws your body into a cycle of where its main job is to keep your core warm. Okay, that's where all your organs are. Keep your head warm. It will start shutting down your extremities, all right, or the heat to the extremities. The body loses most of its heat through its head. The body will work extra hard to keep the brain at normal temperatures. And that's no matter how cold it is outside. Digesting snow is stressful for the body, and it can lead to dehydration. Once you ingest snow, your body will get a thermal shock. The more you eat, the bigger the thermal shock effect will become. The body's main priority is to keep the vital organs functioning correctly. And your extremities will be, what's the best word? They will lose out, because your fingers will start getting cold, your toes will start getting cold, your body will start shutting down the blood to those areas, because its job right here and right here, that's its main job. If this process of reheating your organs takes a long time, then you will inevitably develop frostbite on your extremities. This can even happen if you are wearing winter clothes, as the winter clothes are for insulation. They do not have heating properties. Your winter clothes, they require your body to stay warm and to produce heat and keep that heat on your body. If everything starts shutting down and there's no heat on your fingertips, your hands are going to start to get cold, and you can start getting frostbite on your fingers, no matter how insulated you are. The consumption of snow may turn into ice inside your body, thus dehydrating you even further. Where you are fighting the elements and dehydration at the same time, it is that you will probably not stop eating just a small handful of snow. Odds are you will eat as much as you can in order to quench your thirst. As you eat more and more snow, it will start to get compacted. Now, add water to it in your stomach, because remember, it's very absorbing, so it's drawing the water out of your body into your stomach to help digest it. It will start turning to ice. Once the snow is turned into ice in your stomach, it will start becoming a life-threatening situation. Consumed snow may be contaminated, which can accelerate the dehydration process. And that's what we talked about. Snow is very absorbent. I've said that over and over and over in this video. And it is going to absorb anything that's in the air, anything that it touches on the ground. So even if it looks good, it's not good. It's not pure snow. There is no pure snow. And I can remember back in the 70s, one of the big pushes was they were shocked that they found pollutants in the Arctic and Antarctic. Well, that's just because of the effect of weather patterns and the prevailing winds moving that moisture that comes up from the ground as the sun heats it, and it blows around the planet. A lot of people think that white snow is fine to eat because it is pure water. Snow has the ability to absorb water. Once it touches the ground, it will absorb the surrounding water and any contaminants it has found. As the snow drops from the clouds, it will inevitably pick up dust particles and pollutants. If you're wondering if you can get sick from eating snow, the answer is yes, which even contributes to the problem, because depending on the stomach, and I'm sure that it will say in here, is you can start having diarrhea, which again reduces the body's ability to maintain temperature and throws you more into dehydration. A lot of people who eat snow which has been contaminated will actually vomit or have diarrhea. There you go. Eating snow lowers your survival chances. And it does. If you are wondering if eating snow is bad for survival, then the answer is yes. Not only will it dehydrate you, but it will lower your core temperature. Um, so basically, in conclusion, no matter what quantities you ingest, you inevitably dehydrate you. While eating some snow in normal settings would not give you a lot of problems, but in a survival situation, eating snow can be extremely harmful. Eating snow will create a snowball effect, and it will. And that's the big thing. That's why for a survival situation, snow is not the way to go. Everybody goes out there, makes the snow, takes a little bite. Oh, it's good. Or you go out there and you try to catch snow on your tongue. That's not going to be enough that's going to affect you. It really isn't. It may taste weird. You may go, oh, that's disgusting. Your brain might go, oh, what did I just eat in the snow? And you might get a little sick. Your stomach might feel a little weird, but it's not really going to hurt you. It's in the survival situation, and that's what we're here for. That's what Prep U is all about, survival situation. That's where it's very important that you don't. So what do you keep with you? What do you take with you in your car kits, or if you're hiking, a lot of the stuff you'll have with you. But you definitely want either a small camp stove, fuel, or a candle. A Sierra cup works really good, and a filtration device. A LifeStraw is perfect. I had one sitting here a second ago, but I don't know what I did with it. Yeah. I don't know what I did with it. But you all know what a LifeStraw is. Every one of you should have it. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to take and set up the stove or the candle and put some snow in the Sierra cup, and you're going to melt it. Then you're going to put more in. You're going to be surprised when you first take a big handful of snow and put it in that Sierra cup and you start to melt it, how little water there is. And you're going to start seeing little specks of stuff inside that water, okay? Then that's just natural. That's just the snow just picks up stuff, it absorbs stuff like we've been talking about. But you're going to keep putting snow in there till you fill that cup up. Then you're not going to drink it. You're going to bring it to a boil. Let it cool down. You can actually take that Sierra cup then and set it down in the snow, and it will cool down that water. And then you're going to take your water filtration device, and then you're going to drink from there. That's how you're going to make sure that you're getting good, clean, safe water from snow. You're just not going to eat snow because it's just not a very good thing to do. Something else you might want to do is water that's melted like that. It's got a weird flavor. It's because there's no air in it, okay? But boiling will get some air in it, and it will actually taste a little bit better. I know you're going, Rich, water doesn't taste. But water does taste. That's why we all have our favorite bottled water. Something else you can do, you can have, bags of water in your emergency kit. The ones that are rated that they will, if they freeze, they will not burst. They're non-burstable bags of emergency water in your car kit also. We've got some great videos on car kits. We've got some great videos on what you should carry with you at all times and have with you all times to keep you safe. But that's it. Remember, don't eat snow for survival, and listen to Frank Zappa when he says don't you go where the Huskies go or something like that. Don't you eat that yellow snow. That's even worse for you. Probably doesn't taste very good either. But that's it. Here in the bunker, it's Rich with Prep U. Always remember to be aware of your surroundings at all times. Have plenty of food, water, medicine, in case you're going to bug out or if you are going to shelter in place. And please prep like your life depends on it, because it really does. Thanks a lot. See you next Wednesday.